Namaste and welcome to Sattology. Do like, share, subscribe to our channel. Today I am visiting Teotihuacan and discovering the Vedic Sanatan Dharma roots of Teotihuacan in Mexico. Watch it. So this is the temple town. So you can see the temples. This is a sun temple. They call it pyramid with sun temple. Completely deracinated. You know what it means? It means that every single symbol has been removed from here. And this is the pyramid. That is a pyramid of moon, which is temple of moon. And there used to be a fabulous building on the top, but the archaeologists have done the damage. ये सूर्य मंदिर है और ये चंद्र मंदिर है. इसके ऊपर एक मंदिर भी होगा लेकिन हटा दिया सब. इसके ऊपर बहुत सारे सिंबल्स भी होंगे, आप देख सकते हैं. और भी कंस्ट्रक्शन था मंदिर का, उसे हटा दिया क्योंकि क्रिश्चियन कंट्री में उनका ये फॉर्मूला है कि अगर हम यहाँ पे कुछ भी दिखाएंगे तो नेटिव लोग यहाँ पे अट्रैक्ट हो जाएंगे, यहाँ के लोकल्स हैं, इसलिए वहाँ से हटाना ही जरूरी है. टेम्पल ऑफ सन लुक्स लाइक दिस फ्रॉम हियर, यू कैन सी, एंड लॉट ऑफ पीपल वॉकिंग अराउंड, एंड दीज आर द वॉल्स completely removed from all the symbols. It's like as if like they don't want to promote anything, but they have to promote because they want to they are scared of their reputation. That's why unfortunately it's happening in India too. ये हर जगह से सारे सिंबल निकाल दिए क्योंकि उनको डर लगता है कि कहीं कहीं वापस मांग ना ले नेटिव के लोग इधर से, क्योंकि इनका प्रोग्राम क्या है कि अगर दिखा देंगे तो नेटिव लोग पूजा करना शुरू कर देंगे. पूजा शुरू कर दिया तो क्रिश्चियन प्रोपेगेंडा क्या होगा. तो बहुत जगह इन्होंने, जैसे पिछला वीडियो में आपने देखा, इन्होंने जो टेम्पल है, टेम्पल मतलब पिरामिड में इन्होंने टेम्पलो बोलते हैं इनकी लैंग्वेज में, स्पेनिश लैंग्वेज में. टेम्पलो के ऊपर इन्होंने चर्च बना दिए. यहाँ पे बना नहीं सकते. सो वी आर एट द स्टेप्स. सो यू कैन सी नेटिव्स हैव पुट सम देयर and a lot of ways attempts to Christianize everything. हर जगह ईसाई को घुसाने का कार्यक्रम किया है. ये मंदिर है चंद्र का, यहाँ पे चंद्र की पूजा होती है. बहुत सारे पिरामिड्स हैं इधर, देख सकते हैं आप यहाँ पे. और चिड़ियों की आवाज़ सुनाई दे रही है हर जगह. और वो है पिरामिड्स चंद्र का बड़ा वाला. यू कैन सी दैट चंद्र और सूर्य एक साथ. द टेम्पल ऑफ सन एंड द बिग सर्कल. एंड देन द थिंग इज, ये इंग्लिश में होगा कतोली, और अर्बन डिज़ाइन है ये. बिलीव द कॉस्मोस वॉज ऑर्गेनाइज, देयरफॉर दे प्लेस द बिल्डिंग्स अराउंड अर्बन एक्सेस सच एज एवेन्यू ऑफ द डेड and name this urban access abandoned. It is originating from the nautical word Mikautli. Mikautli means path of the dead. And moons on both sides believed the mounts are tombs. But these are the names of the Teotihuacan large monuments, as well as the name of the city itself. And Nahutla language से originate कर रहा है. So if you look at the symbols here, these are all broken down, just like in the Vrindavan temples are broken down by the Islamic people. वृंदावन के मंदिर तोड़े गए थे ना इस्लामिक मुसलमानों से. So मैं थोड़ा कैजुअल लैंग्वेज में बात करूँगा क्योंकि मतलब अभी मैं ऐसी जगह पे हूँ जहाँ पे ज़्यादा बोल भी नहीं सकते हैं, लेकिन पीपल आर एंजॉइंग. तो यहाँ पे मंदिर थे ऊपर, सब चंद्र के मंदिर, सब तोड़ दिए गए. ऊपर जो भी प्लेसेस था ऊपर घास डाल दी गई. ये सब बहुत ही पुराने हैं. वैसे हिस्ट्री में बोलते हैं कि इस 500 ईयर्स ओल्ड और 600 ईयर्स ओल्ड, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है. ये उससे भी बहुत पुराने हैं. जैसे कि मैंने बताया था 5 लाख वर्ष पुराना होगा वो, क्योंकि ये इसका वर्णन सिद्ध चारण भूमि ये सब जगह आता है. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ अभी से हुआ है. सो ये है पाथ ऑफ द डेड. ये पूरा का पूरा सिटी है. You can see that this whole thing is a city. और इसके चारों ओर ये पाथ है और हम लोग उस तरफ जाएंगे चंद्र की तरफ पहले और बाद में हम नीचे आएंगे. So you can get different kinds of people noise हो रहा है इस जगह. We'll see all those things in detail. सबसे पहले हम चंद्र मंदिर की तरफ चलते हैं और वो 2 पिरामिड्स हैं उधर और दूसरी तरफ ये चारों 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 क्या कौन सा हो गया नवग्रह 9 टोटल. ठीक है. मैं पहले नहीं आया हूँ इधर. आई हैव नॉट कम हियर बिफोर. मैं अभी आया हूँ नया. दिस इज़ माई फर्स्ट ट्रिप. मैं पास में रहता हूँ मैक्सिको के. सैन डिएगो से मतलब बॉर्डर टाउन है मैक्सिको के लिए. बट आई हैव कम हियर फर्स्ट टाइम फॉर माई सेम रामायण महाभारत टूर. एंड ये मैक्सिको का हिस्ट्री हिंदू हिस्ट्री से कनेक्ट करने के लिए कि जो मैक्सिकन कल्चर है वो दिखते भी हमारे जैसे है. ट्रेडिशनल मिस्टीजो नहीं. मिस्टीजो है हाफ स्पेनिश हाफ नेटिव मतलब लोकल जिनका जन्म. तो इधर पहले सभी नवग्रहों में कुछ ना कुछ इनका पहले होगा जो कि पहले they would have called it some kind of a 9 ग्रहों की पूजा शांति के लिए. So लोग आवाज वगैरह निकाल रहे हैं. Let us see what they're trying to do. So if you see the history there and you see the pyramids go all the way back. अनेक दूसरे टाइप के पिरामिड्स हैं. सूर्य का पिरामिड वो पीछे वाला है बट ये पूरा ही पिरामिड्स की दुनिया है. यू कैन सी दैट. एंड दिस इज द मून नवग्रह और ये पूजा स्थली है. तो यहाँ पे बैठ के 9 ग्रहों की पूजा हो रही है. ये बहुत पुराना सिस्टम है. ये मैक्सिकन्स का कोर जगह है. सो दिस इज द पिरामिड ऑफ द मून. So, or templo, they say pyramid de la luna, but like I said in the old times, this is the pyramid of the worship of moon. It's 500 feet, rectangular base, east-west length of 500 feet, and north-south 433 feet, exactly 433 feet. Why? And the height is 140. 140 feet, but actually if you look at it, the upper part is broken, and it is like people say, no, I am just adding my understanding, because nobody is going to build a structure which is solid from inside. Every building is built for a purpose. So just building a mound with rocks is not there. So you can see this place has 1 2 3 4 5 6 so 8 directions here. In this place 8 directions. Now I will move it up here a little bit to show 8 directions. Okay? 8 directions. 8 directions. In the center is a place for Yajnavedika. Okay, Yajnavedika. And if I look at मैं क्या बोल रहा था, every temple will be made with a purpose. Most of it, if you see the outside, is being covered, and everything had a color on it. Yeah, some things were white, some things were yellow. Its colors are there, and these all designs. If you go the way the bricks are structured, it is now parallel. So there is one level from here you see, and another level you see from here. So enter like a foyer, and then inside something. So the purpose has to be filled. The purpose was worshipping the moon devta, Luna, they call it in Spanish. Now most of these places are not as well maintained as you will think, because they want to erase the identity. बोलते हैं हिंदी में ना, मस्ती हटाए मिटती नहीं है. So the existence cannot be denied. So ये इसलिए हो रहा है. All these सिर्फ moon temple बोला है, but other temples have other purpose. somebody more knowledgeable than me, because I can give only this much reference. Somebody more knowledgeable than me who knows. We will discuss this in detail in one of the Sattology programs, and we'll cover these things in detail. If you look at the other side of it, now in this pyramid, I'm sure this will be Navgraha ka puja, to aapko मालूम ही है. But most of the places, old temples, you will see 12. यहाँ पे 12 पिरामिड है टोटल. 12 पिरामिड होंगे इधर. 12 तो पिरामिड तो जोग्राफिकल नाम है, बट ये टेम्पल है. सो आप देख सकते हैं कि वहाँ पे लोग पूजा कर रहे हैं ताली बजा बजा के. हम लोग भी जय श्री राम बोलते हैं. जय श्री राम, श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम. भगवान कृष्ण याद करके हुए. सो दीज आर ऑल प्लेसेस. And most of this is how the actual structure look like I told you before. The temple के नीचे ऐसा रहेगा temple. पूरा structure है उसका. वो ये इसका, if you look at closely, this is the structure. इसे मैंने पहले बोला था पहले भी कि I am not saying from outside. And so these are the places where the worship was being done. Priest quarters, residential quarters. Most of these pillars which are created, they are recreated. They did not exist before. और इनके पीछे भी है ये temples, ये rooms हैं हर जगह. वहाँ पे कैक्टस उग रहा है कहीं पे, और जो भी यहाँ पे worship का सामग्री होगा तो यहाँ पे कोई भी आएगा. So it was made to worship them, और देवताओं की पूजा है. अभी भी वो लोग फॉलो कर रहे हैं. अब देखेंगे कुछ लोग ताली बजा रहे हैं, कुछ लोग पूजा कर रहे हैं हर जगह. बिकॉज दिस इज हाउ द प्लेस इज अ स्पिरिचुअल प्लेस. मेरा भी इधर बहुत जप करने का इच्छा हो रहा है, तो वो भी मैं करूँगा थोड़ी देर में. बट इट्स अ वेरी स्पिरिचुअल प्लेस फॉर पीपल हु नो द वैल्यू. बाकी सबके लिए तो एक टूरिस्ट अट्रैक्शन है. ऊपर चढ़ना है, ऊपर देखना है, कुछ लोग ताली बजा रहे हैं. आप वहाँ देख रहे हैं बीच में नेटिव की पूजा चल रही, ताली बजा बजा के. They want to hear from all sides. They are doing the prayer, and they are trying to hear their voice from other sides, like a game. But generally it was meant for Nautwa and native traditions. जहाँ पे मंत्र का जप हो, प्रार्थना हो, and then they try to see this place. कुछ लोग यहाँ पे, a lot of people selling also things here, लेकिन वो तो रहेगा ही, हर जगह कमर्शियल रहते हैं. So that is normal, and because the state doesn't pay much attention other than, but for the state this is a major source of revenue, major source. Mexican government कुछ करता नहीं है, लेकिन लोग इन्हीं को देखने आते हैं. Nobody likes to stay in even Mexico City, where people come to see the ancient temples and how temples were broken down to create churches. वही हिस्ट्री सुनते हैं लोग सब जगह. Because there is sort of revival भी है. भारत में local cultures अभी भी protected है, so we can't we cannot deny that. तो अच्छी बात है. लेकिन ये इधर का हिस्ट्री है. ये सब मंदिर है, एक ज्योमेट्रिकल पैटर्न पे है. ये सभी देवी देवता है कहीं ना कहीं से जुड़े हुए हैं यहाँ पे. और ये जगह है, सीट yourself, and this is the place. This is the pyramids, and it's a whole जगह है. ये मंदिर ही है, मंदिर. पिरामिड्स की जगह आप इनको मंदिर बोल सकते हैं, है ना. और ये सब मंदिर हैं. और then you can see things from the, if you look from spiritual perspective, Sattology perspective, it's very important that we start connecting the native to the Hindu connections, because इनका explanation सिर्फ वेदों में है कि ये एक बिल्डिंग इधर क्यों है. Proofs have been hidden, लेकिन now you can build a story by following the logic of Dwadash Aditya, Navgraha, and then you can understand Chandra, Moon, how important they are. So even though they may not be saying Vedic mantra, but the concept is the same. Surya, Chandra और आदि देवताओं की पूजा. And I am sure इंद्र का भी मंदिर इधर ही होगा, कहीं ना कहीं होगा. जो देखना पड़ेगा हम लोगों को। तो मैं और दिखाऊंगा, लेकिन तब तक अभी मुझे बैटरी चार्ज करनी है। सो दिस इज़ द पैलेस ऑफ Quetzal Papatoli, so which is the king. And now we don't really know the history. You can search the names. Some of you will be checking, so I'll give you the name. You can check the name and see the history. Believe me, when you read that history, you have to understand Quetzal Papatol. You just understand how you can see it and how you can interpret it. Most of the history is told by the Spaniards to hide information that these people were not advanced and these people had no. But you can see the palace. You can count the rooms: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Around 18 or 20 rooms. Plus, these are the halls, and the roofs are still there. And these were all palaces were rejected by the Spaniards because they thought if people understood this history, they might want to restart their worship, and they thought like that. So therefore they purposely stopped the history from being told, purposely. And जानबूझ के यहाँ की हिस्ट्री को नहीं दिखाया, क्योंकि उनको ये डर है कि अगर वो हिस्ट्री बता देंगे तो यहाँ पे लोग वापस पूजा शुरू कर देंगे, तो इसलिए नहीं बताया हिस्ट्री। तो ये मेन रीज़न है, और इसकी वजह से ही यहाँ पे जो है इतिहास बताते नहीं हैं। और मोस्ट ऑफ द प्लेसेस जो कंस्ट्रक्ट किया है यहाँ पे वो बहुत ही पुराना है, इसका मेंटेनेंस तो बहुत ही पुअर है, क्योंकि इतना रेवेन्यूज़ आता है, सारे टूरिस्ट आते हैं, सो दे आर फोर्स टू मेंटेन इट। बट जनरली तो मेंटेन नहीं करते लोग, उनको इंटरेस्ट भी नहीं है, बट पैसा तो यहीं पर आता है। मैक्सिको मीन्स दिस द वेल्थ, और कहीं भी सिटी में कोई देखने जाता नहीं है। दिस इज़ द हिस्ट्री ऑफ मैक्सिको। मैक्सिको मीन्स दिस एंशिएंट टेम्पल्स जो डिस्ट्रॉय हो गए, तो चाहे कितना भी ये लोग काट दें, पुरानी हिस्ट्री वैसी की वैसी रहती है। भारत में भी बहुत सारे मंदिर हैं जो कि अभी तो गवर्नमेंट्स कुछ ट्राई कर रही है, लेकिन बहुत जगह डिस्ट्रक्शन भी बहुत हुआ है। उसका एक अलग रिपोर्ट मैं दूंगा, जो मंदिर गायब हो गए हैं। 2015 में मैं जब इंडिया आया था तब मैंने रिकॉर्ड किया था, और अभी वो मंदिर कहाँ हैं उसके बारे में हम लोग ढूंढना शुरू करेंगे। तो जगन्नाथ जी की प्रेरणा होगी, तो इसलिए शायद रिकॉर्ड भी किया था मैंने। उस समय मुझे पता नहीं था बादल टूट जाएंगे, तो अच्छा भी हुआ है। लेकिन मॉडर्नाइजेशन और टूरिज़्म बढ़ाने के लिए वो ऐसा हो गया कि हिंदू कल्चर को म्यूज़ियम में डाल दिया जाए। आजकल के लीडर समझ में नहीं आएगा, क्योंकि वो सब लोग वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम और क्या है वो जो ट्रायंगल वाला एक कम्युनिटी होता है, आई फॉरगॉट द नेम, बट एनीवे दोज आर द पीपल, वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम, और there is one more forum which people are part of it. उन सब के चलते हुए they are trying to push everything to history, like make it in archaeology. सनातन धर्म आर्कियोलॉजी स्टडी नहीं है, तो आर्कियोलॉजी स्टडी के हिसाब से सनातन धर्म को देखना बंद कर देना चाहिए। सनातन धर्म वास्तविक हिस्ट्री है, पुराण और उसकी हिस्ट्री है, और उसके हिसाब से हमको देखना चाहिए। सो वी विल कंटिन्यू दिस रिसर्च। अभी हम लोग जाएंगे पाथ ऑफ द डेड अकॉर्डिंग टू देम, मतलब कि ये पितरों की पूजा की जगह है, पितरों की पितृ पूजा हो रही है यहाँ पे। और ये पूरा जगह जो है सर्प विद्या, या मतलब सर्प पातालोक में नागों की पूजा होती है ना, वही टाइप का एरिया है पूरा। ये पूरा हिस्ट्री यहाँ का वैसा है। तो आई विल स्टॉप हियर एंड वी विल कनेक्ट। सो वी आर ऑन द मून नाउ, गोइंग टुवर्ड्स द सन। सो दीज आर द प्लेसेस ऑफ वर्शिप ऑफ the moon and path of the dead, जैसे पितृ पूजा, ये पितृ पूजा की जगह है। तो अलग अलग प्रीस्ट बैठे हुए हैं, डिफरेंट रूम्स आर देयर, आश्रम जैसे बोलेंगे, कम्युनिटीज आर देयर, ट्राइब्स, और जो भी आप बोलेंगे नेटिव कल्चर के लीडर्स आर देयर सिटिंग एंड परफॉर्मिंग फॉर देयर ओन कम्युनिटीज। जैसे सो होल बुलेवार्ड इज लाइक दैट, शॉपिंग, मेला इज लार्ज बुलेवार्ड। and they do have big ceremony on the Day of the Dead, like in Mexican culture, this Day of Dead, native culture. So they did ceremony, big ceremony there. In fact, the American Halloween culture is also sourcing origin from the Native Americans. And but in Halloween, like everything, Americans have made it a Disney culture. Like everyone will go dress up as a ghost and show off, which is meaningless, making a mockery of the original culture. Because they all believe in one life, just enjoy. They don't believe that they're going to pass on. One day they are going to die, and they don't believe they have been programmed to think they will never take birth again. It's only one life. But all the ancient cultures remember that they all come back according to their karma. So burning karma is important. So that's how this whole place is based on karma. And you talk to a Native American, he will say, Native Mexican also, Native Mexican, sorry, वो बोलेंगे कि we worship our ancestors to seek their blessing so that we have protected family. Same thing in Pitra Puja, Shraddha, that if you do not remove, there are 4 rin, there are 4 loans to every individual. One is a Pitra loan, Mata Pita ka rin, the loan of the parents because they gave you birth. Second is the loan of the Devi Devta, because of which you actually live. Third is the Devta, the Guru Rin, which is your Guru's teachings. You have to loan, you have to give your, Guru Dakshina. And the fourth is Devarin, which you have to give it to the Devtas back. Devta, Guru, Pitra, and Devta, Guru, Pitra. Means ancestral rin, and the fourth is the rin of your Shiksha Guru or Gurus. So these are 4 rin, and so without paying them back, you cannot move on to the next. Very scientific culture. That's exactly the same thing is that without. So some places the arts are still there, and this is what I'll show you. That these, whatever I'm saying, I'm not making up. And again, I want to put a disclaimer. This is my view of looking at things. If you don't like my view of looking at things, you don't have to watch it. So you can see Garuda clawing, lions clawing. So description of various types of hell. That's how the different types of hell are there. Like 28 types of hell are there. So 28 different stations are here, 28 total. You can count it. 12 over there, 28 here. And then you reach the Surya. Chandra first and Surya later. Actually the Surya first and Chandra later. Because those two are principal Devi Devatas. And there are one temple of the Yamraj and one temple of, they all have their own names in Mexican language. So they have their own names. Things have been removed already, but they have their own names. But one temple of the sun, one temple of the Indra, one who gives rains and life. Rains means life, so that is also there. So this is the whole place, and for your good luck, there is a Surya right in the front. So you can see that. Om Bhurбhuva Swaha Tat Savitur. You can see that moving also. So, good day for me to visit, and also a lot of history here. The only thing with Spaniards, there is destruction, mass scale destruction. Everything has been destroyed, and everything has been on the top. Nothing is there. This is all done after the Spanish invasion, because Spaniards is the one who stopped the worship here. So bad karma will go to them. They still have monarch, by the way. So 12 steps. Again, count 12. 28 different places of worship. Total. So just imagine 28 types of hell, Narak, when mentioned in Bhagavad Puran. So 28 types of hell. Plus more, but 28 main. Okay, so coincidence. How much coincidence you can see. अगर ये सब coincidence है तो कितना है coincidence? सब कुछ count है, numbers. Numbers never lie. So abhi some people say, "Arey faltu ka bakwas hai. How is Hindu culture reading South America?" See, archaeology studies say when you go, you will find nothing because archaeology has a limit, and these things are so old, simultaneously developed. Okay, but in Ramayana Mahabharata, you come to know that the Sanatan Dharma is everywhere, and the main house is in India, but it's everywhere. Same Vedic philosophy in different form. And names are also different. Like in India, the apple will be called something else, some will call something else, but the practices are the same. And they all believed that afterlife. They believe in afterlife, karma, and they believe that God is everywhere in every element, Paramatma. So common knowledge. And this is how it is. And you can see how beautiful this place is. Where people are walking different places. There are total 28 on both sides counting. Different. So just imagine, इतना बड़ा structure बनाने के लिए there must be a lot of people also. So not just one site, a lot of people also. So you can see them walking and going to all these places, different temples. So this is not just a story of ऐसे मनगढ़ंत नहीं है. So Europeans ने भी अपना story दिया है. They have given their own story. Then how can we not give our story? How can we not give a story? So this may be a pond also, because the water is there. So ponds are there for cleansing, ablutions. This place there is no pond, but there are a lot of ponds everywhere. So Jal, the worshipping elements, right here. And this is a huge complex, very big complex. Now we're on the side of the Surya Mandir. This is the grand. We are sitting at the base of the Sun Pyramid, and you can see how grand this is. And you'll be shocked to know that this whole thing was actually developed in the pre-Hispanic era, prehistory, thousands of years before. And it's not Aztec built it. It is existing before them. It was inherited by them. And these things could not go down in time for people who are, and so the steps are small, but big for us, because almost a foot is a step. Some people say, so it's such large structure without a utility, how can they build? So there are a lot of places to enter which has been blocked. You can see this, blocked by modern things, and this place has surrounding it is moat. You can see this is iron thing which is kept recently to close it. So the whole thing is a beautiful example of architecture, and also these are the different temples. And Surya, what is it preceded by? Chariot and his sons Yamraj and one more, Arunaday and Yamraj, two brothers. And you'll see Garud also here. Garud is also their family member. And you could have climbed up, and there was a beautiful temple on the top, but has been destroyed since. I know my critics were, I don't have many critics because I'm not so big, so, but still there are some people who say, oh, this can be just a coincidence, and that all these things match. It's no relevance in history. Okay, but for those people I can say that this is existing, and it has a deep meaning. So this is the entire complex that we visited today is for life and also going to another world. So they had belief of 9 lower planetary systems according to their belief. In Sanskrit we know 7, and they believe that there are only 3 above. Sorry, 5 above. So 14. We say 14, they also say 14. They just say 9 below, 5 above. And 1 each for the sun, the energy, and 1 above everything else for God, Dios. And this is what it is. So a beautiful replica of a culture. And now people may say, how is it Hindu? Well, everything else, the philosophy is Hindu, Sanatan Dharma. Then how can you cannot call it Hindu? You have to give it some name from my perspective. So I call it Connection to Hindu Civilization. Ends the series for Mexico, for this pyramid. For some other series, I will come back to you with more details. Namaste. Jai Shri Ram. So look at the steps. Is much bigger steps. This is the video number 56. So steps are very big. So this is from a totally different era. So the way they climbed this is the west side. Climbing up there, and like this they climb on the top. And on the top there was a temple. So there's another theory now, which is that there was a much bigger temple of sun. This is temple of water according to them. Stories are not many. So there's only one place which stands bigger than this. It has to be behind the moon. I'm going to show you which one I'm talking about. So it has to be behind the moon, and that is the only probable place for a Surya temple. Okay, Temple del Sol. So will become the element. So if there is a water element, then there has to be earth, water, fire, bhumi, rapan, lo, vayu, kamano, buddhi, revacha. All these asha, bhinna, prakriti, ashtadha. So all the 8 elements have to be there. Plus, if you look at total, then 24 elements, which includes the Gyanendriya. For all those things, there should be a temple. You can check out in my book. So now I'm going to show you something else. So we are in the corridor for the Sun Temple, according to Sun Temple, and they say it's a Moon Temple now. And right behind the Moon Temple is the bigger pyramid. That's exactly like a pyramid. It's again man-made, but that will be the pyramid of the sun. You can see how big is that. This is sun, and that is actually they say it's water now. So that is the sun because it has to be behind the moon. So this is the Historia, Antigua. Anyway, ancient history, and these bricks are the original way the bricks must have been laid out, because these bricks are very durable, man-made. You can see them, made of mud, and a lot of history here. Some people like it, some people don't like it, but it shows that how. So some people they say it's Teotihuacan, and they say it's a pre-Hispanic cosmic vision. Pre-Hispanic means Vedic, and surrounded by the natural people. And it's a Mimlak, Telmlak, Omochichlu, Tutla, and so there's a different names here, and astonishingly huge size, and everything decorative, very beautiful, yellow and red, green, bright colors, very bright colors. And this is how they made it up. Now we have reached the end of this tour. We will be exiting shortly, and then we will see and there is a museum here, which I believe I may not go because I don't know whether I go there to the museum. But let me see what is there in the museum. So we have reached our parking spot. We started from the moon side and came back on the sun side, And this is the museum. You can see the museum of this city, Teotihuacan. So you can see the building structures. I'm tired. I'm enjoying and I'm tired also. Jai Shri Ram. So this place has a lot of rocks from the pyramids, and a lot of trees, worshipable items. I don't know how to zoom it on the GoPro, but I can show you certain things here which have very direct. So number one, the sun when they show here is with the tongue outside because of the cultural. See, everywhere people show deities according to their cultural symbols. Nowhere people show based on ideal situations. Okay, so not like you go to India, Brahmic people, they try to beautify, extra beautify. So according to native cultures, that is beautiful. And so sun is shown with the tongue out because he is taking away the bad energy and giving life. Indra is shown as punishing because Devraj is shown as people who punish. Yamraj is also shown as punishing because he's taking care of the dead. And ancestors ensure that your future life is good. They collaborate. That's the purpose of Pitra Puja, Garu Purana. You can read it. Pitra Puja, very important. So it's important part of it. So by these symbols we know similarities. And some of the Mexicans may say, "Oh, we are here." Of course, I mean probably they might have been migrations which we all know. Migration from Asia happened 70, 80,000 years, 100,000 years, or a little more from, or some people say millions of years ago, from Parshuram. And migration did happen. That's a recorded fact. And Alaska was joined together. And also another fact that life came on the earth at the same time. Vedic knowledge was given to all the parts of the world at the same time. So both are valid, logical answers. And so it answers the characteristics, the language, the food eating habits, the method of worship. Language, food eating habits, method of worship. Food eating habits are mostly vegetarian, even in the past, because it was very difficult to kill an animal or preserve an animal. So generally people were vegetarian. Because by force, nowadays it has become easy because of the commercialization of meat industry. So in all ways, method of worship very similar, offering water, offering prayers to the nature's symbols. So in many ways very similar. So it sums up my visit to this place. We are going to the next place, maybe tomorrow, day after. Today I'm going to take rest. Namaste, Jai Shri Ram. So you watched the entire how the Vedic roots are connected in Teotihuacan. Do like, share, subscribe, and join Sattology team. Namaste.